Good morning. It's 5:15 in the morning, and today is Castor Oil Day. And in the beginning of the malignant protocol for Gerson Therapy, they have you. This is the test of being a mature adult. Is when you make yourself do something you don't like to do, because it's good for you. And at 5 in the morning every other day, you get up and you take 2 tablespoons of castor oil with some coffee and drink it down. And then 5 hours later, you do a castor oil detox. And this is the worst part, I feel, of the whole Gerson therapy, because it's so nasty tasting. There's some things you just can't fake. I can't pretend this is great. This is what it is. So here's my mug. I've put 2 tablespoons of castor oil in there. I gave it a squirt of honey. You're allowed to use a half a teaspoon of honey. Can you tell I'm not awake yet? It's my goal to go back to bed, so I don't want to be too awake anyway. And what I did to make this easy last night is I put hot water from the tea kettle in my thermos with about a tablespoon of organic coffee, just whatever my husband's drinking in the cupboard. You make it kind of like you would tea, and it's a lot easier than having to brew a cup of coffee just for this. And I put the hot water and the coffee in here and let it steep overnight, and then I'm just going to pour some of this hot coffee into my mug of castor oil and honey. I wanted to pour it carefully because I didn't want any of the grounds to go in. I want the grounds to stay in the bottom of the jug. And I try not to smell it, because if I smell it, it makes my stomach flip and then I can't get it down. I might have to add a little cool water to this just so I can chug it. Yeah, I gotta get a little cool water, just a second. Alright, I got my tissues. You might be wondering what I need those for. You'll see in just a moment. Okay, I'm adding just a splash so it's drinkable. Now, some people try drinking this with a straw. I tried that. It didn't work for me. The goal is to not taste it. So if you hold your breath and chug the whole thing, and then clean your mouth out, breathe out of your mouth. Don't breathe out of your nose. You don't want to taste this afterwards. Just keep breathing out of your mouth, kind of like a dog. And then get your mouth kind of cleaned out. I put a little dab of honey in my mouth afterwards just to change the flavor so I don't have to taste it. Okay, I think it's ready. I'm stirring it now to get it kind of mixed up pretty good. All right, here it goes. So of course, in the middle of chugging that is when my phone told me its storage was full and there was no more room for the video. So I had to stop and get everything off of my phone so we could finish the video. And suffice it to say, I'm not going back to bed now because now I'm up, and I thought, well, I'm not going to waste my time. I got greens soaking for juices. I've got gruel on the stove. So anyhow, I got done chugging that stuff, and then while I'm still holding my breath, clean my mouth out, get rid of that castor oil flavor. I put a squirt of honey on my finger, eat it, just to get rid of that flavor, and then I go around breathing out of my mouth and drooling for about 5 minutes, and I keep cleaning the drool out of my mouth. So that's fun of castor oil. Now, not only is that part difficult, but the other thing that makes it difficult is that it's not unusual for it to make your stomach upset. And it does that if you're very toxic, okay? People get to the point in Gerson Therapy where they take it, it doesn't do anything to them. It doesn't make their stomach upset anymore. It's just a non-issue. And when that's the case, it means you don't need it anymore. So that's how you know you've gone beyond needing this. If it makes you feel lousy, then you need it, because the purpose of the castor oil is that it goes through your system like a locomotive, like a train. It just zooms right through, and the idea is to get everything out of your small intestine, through your large intestine, and out of your body. Is getting all those toxins out of your small intestine so that you don't reabsorb them. You know, your body, from drinking all the good juices, your body is pushing toxins out. And your body still takes 24 hours to clear out everything. You know, it's just a constant movement, but it takes that long to get out of your body, from your liver to out to the toilet. And the castor oil makes it go faster so that you don't reabsorb the toxins and have to do it all over again. So, truthfully, I have improved a lot over doing this. From when I first started Gerson Therapy 2.5 years ago, non-malignant protocol, I was just following that and thought, oh, well, if this helps, I should give it a try. And I got so sick. It was awful. And I tried it a couple of times, and I just couldn't do it. I was so sick. I mean, I was throwing up and sick to my stomach. And just, you know, my stomach was in knots all day. I couldn't eat or anything. I was so miserable. I was too toxic for non-malignant protocol to keep doing it for a while. So I put it back in after about 2 years of following the protocol, and it didn't bother me near as much. Believe it or not, this is not bad compared to what it was like before. But you know what? I still make gruel, the oat broth, to drink to keep my tummy settled, because it would still like to flip-flop around if I didn't. So if you want to know how to make that, I have a video called something, you know, about upset stomach or nausea. Gruel and upset stomach. You'll find it. And it's taking the oatmeal with the water, and then you drink the water from the cooked oatmeal. It really, it's a lifesaver. That and peppermint tea. So I just don't like peppermint. So I guess for most people that's soothing, but I don't find it soothing because I don't like peppermint. So it's a little tough for me to get that one down, to get the help. But I do like the gruel. Oh, this is important. Don't eat anything for 3 hours after this. And don't take any juices. Just the gruel or peppermint tea, that's it. And then at 3 hours, then you can eat. I didn't know that, and I was making the gruel, and then I thought, oh, I should eat the oatmeal, and I was miserable. Oh, that made my stomach upset. Don't eat anything. Your body's very busy working on getting that castor oil through and clearing out your small intestine. You don't want to have food in there to compete, because that's when you'll have trouble, okay? So don't eat anything. That's important. All right, I hope you do well. No, I'm not going back to bed. I'm done.